intolerance implies no lack of commitment to one's beliefs. Rather, it condemns the oppression or persecution of others. Good morning. My name is Eden Thomas, and accepting beliefs reduces religious and atheistic dogmatism. This is my personal opinion. However, I've done various research on different perspectives and religions, and I use it in my research. So, an intolerance of others' opinions is a problem, but this can be fixed with a more open mind and heart. Claiming to have superior knowledge over others is invalidating, because we're all either equally wrong or all either equally right. Or a third option, one religion is right and the rest of us are going to hell. But what kind of God would do that? Atheists can be dogmatic as well by denying other people's realities. Omnism is a subcategory of religion which recognizes and respects all religions and the gods or lack thereof. And I implore you to add this to your belief system. So there's an analogy called The Three Blind Men and the Elephant by Horner in 2018. And there were three men who were blind that approached an elephant. The first man grabbed the elephant's trunk and claimed it was a snake. The next man had a hold of the elephant's leg and insisted it was a tree trunk. And the last man had the elephant's tail and claimed that it was in fact a rope. They were all holding an elephant. They were all wrong. And this symbolizes how world religions all have a grasp of what the truth is, but it would take a fourth man who's in fact not blind to see that they were all holding an elephant. But we are blind, and we will always be blind. So all truth claims contradict each other, meaning that existence is a paradox. An unknown author said, "One can never know what the truth is, meaning it doesn't matter which religion you subscribe to in the end." So in 2009, Andy Weir wrote a short story called The Egg, and it goes like this. A man dies and he goes up to heaven to meet the creator. Note that these are interchangeable. And he tells him that there are only two people in the entire universe, this creator and this man's soul. Every single human being on earth is just different incarnations of this man's soul. The creator tells him that all religions have a speck of the truth because they were all created by the same person. So he tells him that once he's lived every single human life, he will have grown enough to be born. Therefore, the universe is an egg. So I have a video to show you now that you have a background on the story, and it just gives you an excerpt from the short story.
I'm every human being who ever lived. Or who will ever live. Yes. I'm Abraham Lincoln. And you're John Wilkes Booth too. I'm a Hitler. You said, appalled. And you're the millions he killed. I'm Jesus. And you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimized someone, you were victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself.
Well, that's all we have time for, but I implore you to go watch it on your own time. It just shows the value of having empathy in different perspectives, so I really enjoyed it. However, on a side note, there was a city in Iraq called Baghdad, and in the year 800 it was dubbed the City of Peace, because these people were open to all religions, cultures, and perspectives. People came here from all over the world to study academics. There were Jews, Muslims, atheists, and Christians, and there was rapid advancements in the fields of math, science, and philosophy. Algebra was even invented here. So why wasn't something similar happening in, say, Europe? Well, the Catholic Church was oppressing people at the same time during the Middle Ages. They were accusing people of heresy, and these people had no voice and no freedom of thought or expression. This mass corruption and forced religion slowed the progress of their humanity until a light shined upon them when the Renaissance era came. So the purpose of this example is to just ask the question, how can we get back there? How can we get back to the state that Baghdad was once in? Well, these examples highlight the religious obstacles that we have faced since the beginning of humanity. But we have to take further steps to open our minds. The solution? Keep our personal faith, because there's nothing wrong with that. But we must add omnism to the filing cabinet upstairs. We must have humility in knowing that one truth is not better or worse from another. And we have to analyze religion, our own and others, with a skepticism as we would with a scientific attitude. We have to voice our own exclusive truths in a neutral manner while having open-ended conversations and actively listening to one another. A study found that 58% of teenagers and 62% of adults agree with the statement that many religions can lead to an eternal life, that there is not one true religion. This was found by McDowell in 2018 in an article called Atheism Doubles in Generation Z. We must be loving and curious, and intellectual honesty is the gateway to these qualities. We must seek connections with those of varying opinions, as the people of Baghdad once did. And these perspective shifts will solve the ongoing problem that is only fueled by the use of divisive social media. Overall, sneering at and belittling other people's exclusive truths is an issue that can be solved by adopting an omnistic perspective. This will open the acceptance of beliefs, and humanity will flourish. So, here's a photo that you cannot see. Okay, so this illustrates omnism, and it shows all the gods and creators of the world, and the text says, there are almost 5,000 gods being worshipped by humanity, but don't worry, only yours is right. Now, of course, this is sarcasm, but it sheds a little humor on dogmatism. So, by being intolerant, we lose the basis of being a human being, fostering diverse relationships with the world around us. So, living with an open heart is the only path forward, because the only real knowledge is self-knowledge. Thank you.